Jo, er der forresten, var det et uncommon level item, eller hvad var det?
Ja, det har jeg.
Så kan du, måske kan du lige give mig et godt råd, hvad vil være et rigtig godt uncommon level item til...
Right, okay, men nu skal jeg jo til at vurdere, om vi skal trolle dig. Om du lige skal trolle.
Okay, jeg håber ikke, at jeg er så sick, at jeg glemmer at trolle angående et godt item.
Trolle? Hvad sorcery? Måske noget med noget spellcasting.
That would be dandy.
Hvad med
Necklace of Fireball! Okay. Ja, det er ikke. Nej, hvordan? Men den der sådan en, hvor...
Ja, jo, for der er jo den expender jo, når du er færdig med den. I think so.
Hvor jo flere du kaster på en gang, jo flere...
Jeg tænker, jeg skal til at sige ting, som ikke holder vanvittigt lang tid. Gør ikke så meget, når man er en gæstekarakter.
Jeg købte det, så lige rundt før jeg tænkte, var rosen.
Det kunne faktisk være fedt, hvis jeg en dag var med igen, og sådan, Martin, har jeg fået et nyt item i løbet af de her 3 levels? Nej, ikke sådan, som du var sidste gang.
Okay,
og jamen, du var jo også en del højere level dengang, så du er derfor...
Det kunne ellers være rimelig sygt, hvad kan du? Jeg kan nå Ray of Frost, og når jeg har det her necklace, der bare sådan skyder lige kugler ud som tilbage.
Jamen, jeg har også godt lige sådan tanken om, okay, these are highly volatile, let me put them around my head.
Ja. Men så var det første, man gør, det bare for at show off, når man dukker op. Kaster dem alle sammen.
Og så sådan hvor man...
And that was that, boss.
Og hvorfor one-shotten du den der venlige NPC? Gæstekarakter.
Nej, det var for et dominant. Fjern fucking...
Would you like a filter of blood?
That's actually pretty decent.
Det tror jeg ikke, var meningen, min karakter havde.
Nej, true.
How about a potion of animal friendship?
I asked the wrong person.
Altså, kan vi ikke bare give dem et eller andet, som vi kan slå dem ihjel for at lute, når kraften er færdig?
Ja, exactly.
I can give them a broom of flying.
Yes.
Men jeg that's actually makes sense.
A room of lying.
No, of flying.
No. Det er en curse, det gør, jeg kan lyve.
You want to use a jump in?
Deception on one.
I highly doubt that. Jeg så spillet og tænkte,
Et kys, der gør dig super god til at lyve og igen.
Ja, en flytter kost eller noget, man har flyttet kost.
Win-win.
It would make sense.
det er svært at give en kost på lidt mening.
Well,
Det er lidt kedeligt.
it truly does.
Men det er til gengæld også bare så føler jeg, at radikale kommunister over igen. Nu er der bare rundt over Quidditch! Quidditch to the people!
Er der ikke et magisk kort?
Jo, men det er mere ø, end det er min karakter her, det tror jeg. Jeg vil gerne have noget, der hedder Map of the Area.
Very well, let me find it for you.
What's the staff of the adder? Is the staff that turns into a snake?
Is it common death adder?
What an ace?
It's a black adder.
It's like a big constrictor, I believe. A large constrictor.
No,
Oh, right.
Den ene, og det er vigtigt, man har begge to. Den ene, der får det bedst kun hovedet, der bliver kommet, og han bliver til en sådan.
Det er lige værd for det.
It's a giant construction.
Vi har 4, der er mere, der er værre end den. Og 5. plads videre noget med død i navnet.
Jeg synes, det kunne også være random, hvis jeg havde det, der var med en kæmpe slag.
Ja.
Almindelig dødsslag. Det er alle steder.
Okay.
Men den hedder ikke.
Trident of fish.
Okay.
That is the most used.
Og det er faktisk... Det er simpelthen for farligt, det er på. Det er farligt. Det er virkelig farligt.
Det bedste er, at du også var untrained med den.
One of many missiles? One, do you want one? Der er nogle uncommon ones.
Jeg fornemmer allerede sådan nu, at der ikke er noget slot i det her, der bare gør mig stærkere og passivt.
Nej, ikke ud.
Det er bare sådan lidt opgraderet svært.
Jeg tror, der er sådan en ring of resistance.
Ikke under uncommon.
Okay.
Okay, we go on to the magic detection.
Nej, det er nok ikke uncommon.
One of many One of
But in Ring of Magic Protection.
Oh, here we go. There's a one of the War Mage.
Yeah, plus one. Yeah. Til din spells.
Alle dine spell attack rolls.
That makes perfect sense.
All when versus spell attack rolls. We also ignore half cover making spells.
Ja.
That sounds perfect.
One with the war mage plus 1. Og så skal vi se et billede af det.
I want plus 2.
Jeg kan godt lide tanken om, at det finder mig, hvis jeg bare har en tryllestav samtidig. Igen er min karakter på vej til min karakter. Det var sejling.
How about a trident of warning? I want to give you a trident of warning.
Ja, der er vist af Alistair.
I play professional British. I got a scholarship to this great university.
It's a Qrit'Rath scholarship. Pretty good science. There's a kind of other scholarship. It's the only sport for me.
So,
In the entire universe.
work with scholarships because there's only one school.
So, yeah. Oh yeah. My scholarship is it's just like the sport of play, fictional.
Alright. Already.
Yeah, always always leaning in their song.
When I can.
So Scottish, but I'm wearing a kilt. A kilt!
Oh, bloody hell.
Jamen, hvis vi lige kunne få karakter på.
Yeah, but let's start with character introduction. Starting from my right.
I am a Spark. I'm a warforged fighter. I hate organic beings.
Slash gunslinger.
Yeah, gunslinger. Actually, my purpose is to destroy organic life. I mean, you know.
And you're in a party of organic life.
For the love.
If I can.
For the loot.
That's why we hang out with him.
Yeah. On this day. Fun. Yeah, no one.
Hvor meget karisma har du karakter? 9.
It's a fun fantasy.
Hvordan ser din warforged ud der, eller lever nogle karismatiske?
Jeg har en hånd med svær, og så har jeg en hånd. Der er en arm, hvor der ikke er nogen hånd, hvor jeg har bygget et pistol ind i.
And an attachable shield.
Yeah.
Fuck you! Så hvor det er noget meget af den her karakter, det er dig, Jeppe.
So well, next one.
Right, Finley, monk, whatever, slash ranger, slash druid.
He's a detective with a severe case of hypochondria.
And he's real bad at rolling people. And I can't catch people for the life of it.
Yes, then we have
Jace Larkin, half-elf warlock, radical warlock. Radical warlock. Oh, he's big. Out on a mission for Mother. What is the Soviet lamp? Yeah, man. Mother Doraken. Mother Doraken.
oh, Lady Galadriel.
Yeah, Lady Galadriel, that nice woman who sent me out on a mission that I do not know what is yet. So, bring the ring to one. You'll get there. I'll get there.
Jeg elsker tanken om, at han er også med kommunisten, og han er warlock, så han kan tale, og andre kan portaler, and all that mystical mumbo jumbo. Han har hans egen fucking hand radio.
Exactly.
And then we have next.
Paladin, bot, human. Yeah, I heal people with words. And I get body inspiration very lately. And sleep with other people. And yeah, that's just sort of the thing.
I'm Brandon, Nemo's emotionally stable. I'm sort of the de facto leader of the group.
Now that you know us,
Basically, when you enter the I'm sort of the I'm sort of like the second in command, like vice president, like a VP. Like a VP. I'm a dwarven wizard. That's it.
Yeah, emotionally stable dwarven wizard.
And emotionally stable dwarven wizard.
that's the biggest one.
And I'm also incredibly consistent as a character.
Especially the action. That was
The action is the most consistent part of the character.
And missing today is Jens, who's playing an Eldritch Knight, Espen Goldscale.
black scale.
Of the draconic heritage. And again, this is probably not a good thing to say, but unfortunately a black dragon. So, and then there's Eric, who is a paladin, an unknown paladin.
He's the same thing in the gold scale, but he's descendant of this.
Yeah, he believed himself to be part of the gold dragon family. Always been told so by his parents and so forth. Unfortunately, that's not the case.
So I'm the true descendant of gold dragon.
Yeah, which will be marvelous.
Især når man ikke
Well.
Previously in Doraken. The Hounds of War, having recovered the stolen grimoire and revealed the true identity of Mayor Loken as that of the Yuan-Zi Heshkan Asenbrath, were invited to the office of the new mayor of Mabelken, Sir Richard Greyclaw. At the office, both Headmaster G-Jack of the Drakonian University and Mayor Richard Greyclaw showered the party with rewards, from the promise of an airship within the year to a pair of magical winter boots. Furthermore, the party was also given free airship tickets to Everjoun by Mayor Richard, and so they boarded a large airship, Skyward. Wanting to pass some time during the trip, Espen and Bramlane decided to play a card game named Augustusson with 2 other passengers. However, one of the players, a man named Stefan, cheated in order to win, which Bramlane discovered, and later both he and Espen paid the man a personal visit, where after some threats and a stab with the blunt side of Rustfang, they all reached a common understanding. While all of this happened, Finian was staying inside his room, afraid that the one who had sent him a death threat would follow up on his word. Concerns returned to be well placed, as the monk was suddenly attacked by a wood elf ranger and a basilisk in the shape of a human man. Fortunately, Bramlane had placed an alarm spell at Finian's store and noticed that someone had triggered the spell, and quickly ran to the monk's aid along with Espen and Spark. A fight ensued, ending with the ranger placing a spell on himself and the basilisk and jumping off the airship. The basilisk tried to drag Finian along with it overboard, but the monk broke free of his restraint and Spark shot the creature right in its head, causing it to topple overboard, seemingly falling to its death. The party was briefly placed into a prison cell after the fight, as they used their weaponry aboard the ship, but were pardoned by Captain Dalibor Farway, and so the rest of the trip went without a hitch. Landing in Everjoun, the party made their way to the Scaly Mount, as the local tailor/passenger Milton had told them that the proprietor Veshdar had an extensive knowledge regarding Gradumanax and Hessesox, which he did, for the dragonborn revealed that Gradumanax was in fact the black dragon of the tale and the leader of the Nightskull cult who had built the city. Unable to cope with this new information, Espen convinced the rest of the party to seek out the golden dragons that lived atop of High Peak Mountain in the city of Dragon King's Rest, hoping that they would be able to guide the party to Gradumanax's location. The ascension through the mountain proved quite dangerous, however, as both Dabri and Espen nearly got lost in a blizzard. Thankfully, Finian and Bramlane quickly located a pair, and all the members of the Hounds of War reached the city unscathed. After talking to Mayor Elizabeth Dawn and the local leader of the Knights of Oath, Commander Kelnos, the Hounds sat down with the gold dragons Briasa and Tulium. The dragons revealed several things during the conversation. For instance, no one had seen or heard from Gradumanax or Hessesox for the past 500 years, nor were the location known to anybody. It turned out that Iskomox, the white dragon the party slew back in Eisenfang Bay, was one of the children of the ancient red dragon Niralis, the begetter of dragons. And Finian learned that the people responsible for the destruction of the monastery he grew up in and the slaughter of all his friends were members of the Burning Maze, a cult of demon worshippers thought destroyed by the Witch Queen herself prior to the Hex Wars. The party concluded the talk with the dragons and decided to venture back to Everjoun in order to talk with Veshdar, as he had briefly mentioned that he perhaps knew the location of Gradumanax's lair, which he had used while he lived in Everjoun. And wanting to aid their cause, Briasa allowed the party to climb on his back, and thus he flew them back to the foot of High Peak Mountain, there to seek out Veshdar. And so, the Hounds of War are back in Everjoun, once more on the trail of Gradumanax.
And so, after a couple of days, flying in the cold mountain airs, you finally arrive. And
Uncharacteristic.
Yeah. And Qrit'Rath slowly like leans to the side, allowing you to more easily get off his back. Yes. And he looks towards you and wishes you well on your journey and your quests. And if you hear any news, of course, you're more than welcome to contact him, as he and his mate will be more than willing to help you aid this location of Gradumanax. He also briefly talked with Espen, who revealed that he and Veshdar didn't leave in proper terms. Basically, Espen calling him an idiot, although not to his face. And so Qrit'Rath picks like a small scale off and like places in Espen's hands and says that see this as some sort of the blessing of the dragons, which he could try to convince Veshdar if he proves difficult. Veshdar is the proprietor of the Scaly Mount, the dragonborn.
Now, why did we care about him?
Because he knows the location of the rim. So he.
Oh, I thought we were. We knew this.
No, you didn't know where it was. You all left before he revealed the location.
You know it's somewhere around Everjoun, but he knows the entrance.
Alright.
Well, good speed.
Five.
Weakling.
Yeah.
5
And you see how like this massive wings spread out and like takes off from the ground and flies up. I don't think so.
Yes, the door isn't. Gasp.
I'll just prepare some spells when you get out there.
Very well. So Espen takes charge and leads your group into the town towards the Scaly Mounts, where you can see currently Veshdar being in the midst of like dragging one of the drakes, these reptilian beast of burdens, into one of the stables. You again? Well, that's soon. I thought you were heading up towards the Dragon King's Rest. Okay, bye. And he continues dragging.
Oh, Espen, didn't you have something that you'd like to say?
And Espen is like pouting in the corner, his arms crossed, and he's like,
Stop being such a nasty bitch.
Excuse me. Yeah. We are the Hounds of War, and we received some news that you might know the location of Gradumanax's lair. Veshdar looks at him with a pondering look. Yeah, I told you that. Why? And Espen's like handing the dragonborn this golden scale, like, look at this. See this ring? See the scale?
This ring.
We have the blessing of the dragons. We are to aid the Empire in finding this ancient evil black dragon, and we need your help in this. And Veshdar is like scratching his chin, and I find my D20. And is thoroughly impressed by the scale. Really, like, again, he's almost fainting by the sight of it. Damn, initial 1 on the first go. And he's like, I might have been bending the truth a bit. I myself do not truly know the location of the lair. However, I do know the person who does.
Can we quit?
Quit.
All this work just to give us
it's about 1 day's trek on foot from here. Yeah, you have left at the inn.
If you had told us this while we still had a dragon ride, this would have been so much easier.
It's one day. And you know.
It's one day.
Alright, here's the map, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Oh, it's not a map of the area, it's just a map. It's a Japanese map.
And he says, I came across this abandoned hut during one of my travels.
Is it on the map?
No, again, one day's trek away from town. And he says, an altar, a bit like that one, and he points towards a spark. He said he knew something about Gradumanax's lair, but when I tried to prod him for the answers, he didn't reply. You might be more fortunate in this than I am. I mean, you have the blessing of the dragon.
Right, yeah, that's something that we have. They love us. What do you think, Jay?
I think, and this is the first time I've been speaking for days, but I think...
So actually, just point of order, M1. The first time you've spoken in the month.
Yes. You took a long time. Fuck! Well, I just broke it, didn't I?
Yeah, we were sorry.
Oh well,
I think we should go find this warforged.
Yes. My words exactly, thank you.
Hey, a day's riding.
Yeah, from east. And again, Espen pulls out his maps like, shows, man! And he's like, points towards the location.
On this map.
Yeah, exactly.
Does he mark it on the map?
No, he does. He only points.
I asked him to mark it on the map.
Okay, do you have a quill? I presses the bloody
I have
stump.
a photographer's set, so...
Okay, yeah. Again, you basically just drew a new map. Yeah.
That's some good news and bad news. Good news, we marked it on the map. Two, I got blood on the map.
Of course, it's one day's trek on foot, but well, we have plenty of seats if you need.
Didn't we already buy horses?
Yeah, we got horses, yeah.
He doesn't know. You left them at the inn.
We've got horses.
We have horses at the inn! Right, alright, yeah, we brought horses on the airship thing.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Sorry, not talking to you.
Yeah.
We brought horses on the airship thing.
Oh, thanks to the obstacle, we've got horses to try.
We already have horses. So.
Okay, might be time to improve. And again, you see it like drags this large bipedal reptile. Essentially, yeah. Again, it's
like a human.
no, not that large at all. Yeah, again, it's large enough to, for instance, like support the weight of Spark. Yeah, you can roll a nature check.
We're not interested.
No. Oh yeah.
But if one were to be interested in such a fine beast, first of all, do you have set 8 of them? And also, how much do they cost?
Currently, I have 3.
How ferocious are they?
That depends on how much you want them to be. Currently, I have 3 that are
will they be more aggressive if I mistreat them?
Well, yeah, probably.
Once we start the band. Yeah, right. If you start them, will they sort of get like a third?
Yeah, then there'll be a danger to the right as well. Yeah.
Thanks for your help. It was bad for riding on one.
Right.
Currently, I have 3 in the stables that are tame enough to be rewritten.
Right, and it's price every one of those
closely related to
they are about, because you have the blessing of the dragons.
Right, yeah.
You do have that.
I'm willing to go down as far as 250 gold. Each.
For a raptor? Raptor is going to almost the bottom. Boy, oh, that's a. I mean,
quite a little.
Yeah, that seems more like sort of a want to have over like a need to have.
Yes.
So I would take over.
Try to roll a persuasion check. Unless you're not trying to like see if you can stand him with the.
I'm not really.
Okay.
I mean,
gold seeds.
Yeah. You know what? You sort of put them, can you put them aside for us?
Yeah.
Maybe we sort of come back. Maybe we'll go more well.
Okay, I'll give you a week.
Can you get?
I'll give you a horse.
Do you think the citizen could sort of breed 5 more?
It's going to be a bit difficult, seeing as they are all male, but...
Could you breathe that more? What's the actual
Anyway, what about this in character?
Right. Well, this doesn't really seem to be driving the metaphorical plot any further, so I think we'll just make a leave, right? Hounds of War out. Bye!
Bye! And so you leave towards then?
Like a parole.
Jeppe? Efter direkte, okay, det kan godt være styret en radical communist, men man har det på ryggen, men du sammenlignede den form for lunacy med det her lige her. Det er kommunisten, som er rigtig meget på afvej over. Det var mærkeligt, but he wasn't insane.
Han var mærkelig, men han var ikke breed raptors mærkelig. Raptor breed!
Just imagine the Hounds of War flying around on a new airship, but then in the lower deck is a raptor breeding ground. I mean, that's so cool.
That sounds very cool.
Yes!
Så på den
It's a gay raptor breeding area.
That's alright.
So you head towards the High Peak footrest, then you staying for very briefly, and where you drop your horses off.
Yes.
And you see that Felipe, or Blinky, is standing behind the bar. Yes.
Maybe someone else.
Like, I'd love to, but tell me your language.
It is the one-eyed inn owner.
You know, the one didn't know.
From the last session.
Fucking make a connection!
Hi there, we'd like to take a horse to help.
Yeah, oh!
I mean, what am I supposed to do? I don't we'd like to withdraw. Please, I'd like to withdraw the horse. I would like to withdraw. Yes. So that and a leather jacket and a black stain vest.
Yeah, well, yeah, sure, follow me. All here, they're just eaten, so they're ready to go at any moment.
Alright.
Okay. Do we owe you any sort of...
Yeah, you already paid me in advance.
Did we?
Yeah.
We did. We did.
Now, is there some of this money we could get back if it hasn't been used?
Well, certainly, again, you paid for a whole week. You'll only be gone for, well, a week and 2 days more than that, so...
Already fishing for potential rapture money.
Wait, so do we know... How many... If we paid for a week and we've been...
again, now you paid for...
Surely we then owe you money.
See, you paid for 1 day, 1 week straight. Actually, no, we paid for 2 weeks because you knew that it would take 1 week to ascend the mountain. So
sounds like the sort of consideration we would take.
Yeah,
I agree.
Because we fell down the mountain. We threw a dragon. That's probably normal. Yeah.
He hands you 21 silver pieces and back.
Go. Thank you. Now, can you help us figure out which horses are ours? Because several of these people have never seen them.
Certainly. And he goes over to the small pony and drags it over to Dabri.
Alright, and what's that one's name?
That's Qrit'Rath. And then we have Buttercup 2.
Well, that's mine.
Buttercup 2? Buttercup.
And then we have, what was it? Hercule Poirot or something like that? I can't recall your name.
Hercule Poirot?
Yeah, wasn't like something like that?
It must have.
And then
we're getting the horse.
And then there's Horsey.
Yeah, that's right, mine. Horsey.
And then there's
Upcoming exploration.
Upcoming exploration date, yeah. And
no, there's like XX underscore.
And here we have Horson Wells, hands over there. And then we have the weird one who stared into a wall all week. That, I guess that's the monks.
Yeah, but I think that's the damage one.
We got the sheep.
I hadn't even given the name.
That's all of us.
Sure.
Yeah.
Da du gennemgik, hvad der skete sidste gang, noget jeg tænkte, Det var da utroligt, det var ikke så meget, der skete sidste gang. I'm beginning to understand why.
He named like 20 different people.
Yeah. And we're making a rapid breathing area for gay raptors.
For gay raptors.
I mean, come on.
Come on now.
We've got within a week of the money back.
Well, if there's nothing else, heading back inside.
Yeah.
Wait.
I love you. Oh shit.
You see, he winks with his only eye.
Please.
Oh, he might just been blinking.
Oh, I'm gonna have to get up on my horse now, Andy. It's fun.
What's the time of day?
Currently midday.
Okay. Surely we could arrive there by sunset.
Yeah, again, it's a pretty open terrain where you are, so yeah, it should be.
I mean, it's a day's travel by foot, so with horses.
So you make away. And let me see what I've written down here.
Oh, Pan, why don't you play us a travel song?
We're riding along. This is a song. I've gone most fasting I've done the entirety of it.
And you travel around the foot of High Peak Mountain, making your way down the southeast per the instruction of Veshdar. It's a long, tedious trek, and when your sleep is occasionally ruined by the Hounds of War, the wind, and other beasts roaming the area.
And Hounds of War.
Trance, sorry. And again, when the sun starts to set, you see this abandoned shack in the distance, half hidden by large ferns, or not ferns, what's the name?
Pines?
Pines. And you think you have arrived at your destination.
Yeah,
Medieval GPS.
Medieval, it's just called branding.
I dismount and I knock on the door.
You say you're a stupid horse, and then you walk over to the door.
Yeah.
And then you dismount? No, sorry. You dismount and walk over to the door.
And then I neg my horse.
While I knock on the door, you can get on negging.
While the door is almost off its hinges, it is closed, so you need to open it up. But as you do, it produces. Okay, you.
Yeah, we open the door. I'm guessing no one answers, so we walk in.
Nothing happens.
Okay.
Roll a perception check.
That's not that.
I'm feeling myself.
If it's a deception check, it's really good.
But it's not.
It's not.
Are you trying to deceive the door?
18.
18. James, you are the only one who hears this faint sound of something like.
Someone is shushing in there.
Perhaps.
What does it sound like? But less fast. Less. It's fun.
And Darry is like pointing towards the floor, to the door, and then his foot's like.
Who is?
Darry.
Oh.
I opened the door.
Oh, you open the door.
Are there any masturbators?
How do you open the door?
Are there any reptile breathing areas? That's what I want.
Pull down the handle and open the door, otherwise I'll knock it down. Okay, I was going to say you tripped the door since it was off its hinges.
Again, it produces this loud as it almost just falls completely off the hinges at this point. And you see this dark, dirty room where around the various corners of the room you see like these stacks of what appears to be metal pieces and tubes. But slowly, as your eyes get accustomed to the darkness, you do realize that these are actually warforged pieces. And the rest of you are hit by this stench of rotten meat, as you also start to see that there are actually body parts underneath the warforged parts. And standing in the middle of the room, not taking heed of any of you, you see Yeah, what do you see?
They see another warforged standing there with a broom, sweeping in the middle of the room, not caring about you. And this warforged looks slightly weird in the sense that it looks like different warforged put together, like if you would picture some sort of abomination, necromancy in the warforged world, so to speak, like other functioning warforged sliced up, put together. And you see it has, it would be a shame to say bare chest since it's not human, but it doesn't wear regular clothing on its upper body, and its arms seem just a little longer than they need to be and a little thinner than the rest. Most of it looks quite plain, warforged, creepy, but quite plain, but the arms are definitely very weird and unnecessarily pointy, and it has a weird sort of rune on its head like most warforged do, and it has weird markings of blood on its body, clearly not its own, and it's just standing there, sweeping.
I look at all the bodies on the floor, and this is my kind of pin, and I won't be fired. Just kill it.
I'm here looking for someone who's supposed to lead us to...
Oh, yeah. Are you the innkeeper of this fine establishment?
What's that?
Want to have with the sweeping?
Now that I see you and that you're not warforged, I'm not saying this, I'm just looking at you, then at the corpses, and up at you. I thought you all died.
Not me. Yeah, I thought so too. I was massively disappointed when I woke up.
Disappointed?
Yes. I mean, as you can see, they are not all dead.
Dead?
Decomposed, whatever you call it. Switch off. I had hoped that a 1,000-year rest would have rectified the organic problem, but
I also recently woke up.
well, you so.
It's just that the band is over.
So, my name is Spark.
Keep on sweeping.
I'll call you Sweeper. Fine, you seem like a fine fellow. We are currently destroying organics on our path to something.
That is only technically true.
I think what my friend here is trying to say, Espen walks in, like, walks between you and, like, try not to gag as he, like, breathes in the air, is that we are searching for the location of Gradumanax's lair. And you, my friend, my words failed me right now, you know where this location is, or so we have been told.
Destroying organics?
Yes.
Did he just ignore me?
Shush.
Yeah, let him talk.
I was faintly happy about organics until they ate and died.
What did they eat?
They sat down for dinner as usual, they ate, they died.
I'll go and look at them. Is it very parts?
Yeah, when you see, when you like move the warforged part, you can see it's full bodies. They've just been piled up on top.
Clothes?
Yeah, some are still clothed, but you can see that the clothes like. Again, it's not to the state that like naked. You can just see this they've been left for a while, a long time.
I'll look at the other warforged and just look at our sweeping friend. What happened to our robe?
They did not work.
I can believe it.
Can I figure out a cause of that?
Yeah, roll a medicine check.
That's pretty good.
22.
You believe, because you can see very, very faint telltale signs of poisoning around the mouth, that they've probably been ingesting poisonous food, well, voluntarily or by somebody's subterfuge. You're not sure, but
Is there some sort of alchemy thing that I can... Sorry, is there some sort of alchemy thing I can do to sort of maybe figure out exactly what kind of books?
Yeah, certainly.
Can I think of that now?
No, not in that regard. But yeah, you can like.
Right, okay, I'll pack out my field testing kit, I guess.
Like cut a small slice of the flesh and put it in, and
I'll get to the bottom of this.
Excuse me, who cooked these organics, so to speak?
I wasn't awake for long before they died, and people just brought in food, they ate it, they died.
When did you wake up?
A few days before they died.
Well, you missed the show. I think it's on.
Anyway, at this point you might... I'm just... roll a perception check.
Wait, we could do that?
Everyone except for Alistair, because you're doing something else, can roll a perception check.
20. 17.
21.
Nothing works.
Everyone except for Alistair and the Warlock noticed that there are a lot of soot marks on the walls. A few pieces of furniture have perhaps slightly burned.
Sin? Sin? No, sinage.
Oh yeah, sin, yeah. Let's put the burning marks on the walls of the furniture.
This vexes me too. I point, fire comes out.
Could you not point in this direction?
This is the first time that I have stopped sweeping for a while, and now I'm just looking at my hand like a complete fool.
That's convenient. I hear organics dislike fire.
Stop.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I'm done with this!
yes. Let's say roll a nature check.
That always works out well. My edge is really high. 11.
You believe that this might have been lair or sleep. It's a sort of swamp, not swamp, a mushroom, which causes sleep and slows the heartbeat and is lethal in large enough quantities.
I actually don't care about this previous conversation. Is there eat a lot of mushrooms?
You also know that it's tasteless, so...
Did they eat some boring mushrooms? Like, did someone come in with a bunch of mushrooms and they made like a really tasteless, like, stew, or maybe a soup?
Seasoned really well for the
They did use a lot of vegetables, and I think there might have been mushrooms.
Yeah,
it's a long time ago.
And you have been told to like cut them up like finely to powder.
Ooh. Now, but so did you cook the meal?
You don't know that.
Did you cook the meal? You seem like a sort of you have a job here of sleeping.
I look at my broom and up to you. Sweeping.
Yeah. Sweeping. Yeah. That's what you do with the broom?
Sweeping or broom?
Broom.
You sweep with the broom.
Alright. And this is a task. So.
Alright. Yeah.
I think I'll call him Pyro Sweeper instead.
Anyway, these organics that died, are you with me? Did they consume? They consumed food.
Yes.
All right. Where did that food come from?
I don't.
All right. That's good. So okay. So either they killed themselves through sheer stupidity, or they were poisoned and are now dead. Either way, they don't have the information that we need. This Mother Jamma does.
Do we know? I might not know what you want to, but this might help you. And I give you a piece of parchment.
No, alright. I can't read, what do I do?
Yeah, the person will tell us that no, you need to find this other guy.
No, I roll a piece of fire.
Yeah, what you can see is like it's quick notes written with haste. No, it's fine. Again, it's kind of hard to read the actual handwriting. It's like almost like a doctor's that regard, like only he could read himself. But you do sense like the directions to like the foot of the mountain, not far from where you are right now, and like also investigate like question mark and so forth.
Right. To whom did this belong?
My master.
All right. Is he? Which one is he?
I walk over to the rest of your party and past some of them and take one of the corpses up.
Oh, this one. Alright. Okay. Well, what was his name?
Qrit'Rath.
Qrit'Rath. You can put him down now, thank you. Right. And did he ever talk about dragons, your friend, Master Qrit'Rath?
That was almost the only thing he did talk about.
Have you ever heard the name Gradumanax?
Yes. Yes, I believe I have.
Right. Would you mind telling me what you know of this dragon, Gradumanax?
Right.
But I don't understand why are you commanding me. You are not my master.
No, I'm not commanding you. I am asking you as an equal friend. Charmed.
We equal like friends.
Yup, as a fellow being
Of war.
of war.
We really just want your help to figure out, because it helps us on our quest, and we feel like it's like gathering information that we don't have currently.
Any information that you don't have currently.
That we don't have currently. Yeah.
Do you know anything else that might help us in this quest?
But you haven't explained to him what the quest is, so I don't know.
You see my hands suddenly go ablaze, and you see me beam of fire some furniture.
Oh, that's cool.
Furniture gets hot when I point at it. Yes,
I agree.
I'm just going to go suffering.
That's what help,
Yeah, I was doing this. I really don't know what the fuck your quest is, so this is something I learned.
Yeah. No, but like, so would you mind helping us? Maybe we could give you something in return.
A purpose? Purpose? Yeah. Alright.
I mean, I bet if you pointed organic with those hands,
That's
it would
spark, not
Spark.
I was not aware that warforged could get a hard on.
All the time.
Rocked and loaded, man.
Right. Gross. Right. So, so you'd like a purpose then? Any ideas? That's the wrong word. What was your previous purpose?
We were building an army of my kind to help eradicate something.
Okay. Are these, and I'm pointing at the warforged, yes. Is this said army?
I believe it was supposed to be, but unlike me, they didn't work.
Tough. So you'd like
tough. They are not tough.
No, so they're not. Are they? Would you like to continue on that purpose? With that purpose, I guess.
It does sound better than room and sweeping.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you help us find Gradumanax, we'll help you build an army of killing robots. Wait. Yeah.
I would second that.
Are we sure this is a good idea?
I cannot see what could go wrong with that plan.
No, we want that, right? We want to build an army of machines that'll try to eliminate all organic.
And I will have you know that a warforged Hanon is not for reproduction. It's for reproduction.
I shout from the outside, gross!
We're not supposed to eradicate all organics.
Which organics then? Any organics?
Living organics.
What were you supposed to eradicate?
We were waiting. My master said we were waiting to know who. My master was just building an army until the food came and he died.
Yeah, right. So maybe not build an army if you don't know when it's used one way.
But it was my purpose.
Did you leave any sort of parchment or books behind or anything like that?
I randomly just start walking into another room.
Please don't point at it, by the way. I think your purpose is excellent.
Alright, so this guy's not of a snake. But,
I mean,
you know, I say we get him to help us, and then when, everything's said and done, we'll just double cross him and destroy him.
I mean, that sounds like a pretty good plan.
I think that's something that we do.
Like,
You like Plan Spark, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's Plan Spark, but Spark is the only one who likes me.
Yeah. In all probability, right, then, we might set up to build some sort of army or some shit, but then we'll either get distracted or dead or something, and it won't happen.
Yeah, well, I think you're not worried about that.
Yeah, he'll probably just die at the ruins of...
Yeah.
Just like the reptile breeding snap.
Hey now!
Your nose.
Just like the murder thing that I'm having.
This is talk for later days! Espen says and walks out.
Murder?
Don't worry about it!
It was the best idea ever.
I think we should stop this.
You're not alone here.
I just came in again.
Hey. I was outside.
It was great.
Tell us in detail.
No one was using fire hands on the present level. Should we get going?
We're waiting for, what was it?
I call him Pyro Sweeper.
Alright. Have we asked him? Have you asked him?
Yeah, he did that.
Okay. Is he back yet?
You asked me about something where the other books were, and I went to the other books.
Okay, back there?
No, I'm saying.
Okay, alright, everyone wait in silence until he comes back.
Yeah.
That's gonna work. My character knows about social cues.
3, 2, 1.
And Davry is gone. Like, walks into the room. Yeah.
Ah, what a shame. Man, he was the best of us.
I just correct one name off my list.
Okay, we come into the room.
And I point, and I'm just standing there pointing at a bookshelf.
Maybe don't do that.
Thank you. Sorry, what was your name? What was your sort of what did your master call you?
Qrit'Rath.
Just repeat that in the spirits.
Maybe
Qrit'Ath Qrit'Rath.
Can I just call you Q?
I have to go.
Qrit'Rath?
Qrit'Rath.
I'll call you best friend.
Oh,
Best friend? Enemy? Yes.
What about food?
I
mean, if you turn this Q again and you
Well,
then you're good.
come on.
Qrit'Rath. Thank you. Do you know the location of Gradumanax, the dragon?
That's what I know, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Can you tell us, or
But sure.
point to it on a map, write it down,
Just a point
lead
of the
us
map,
to it,
though.
or just full on lead us to it.
Okay. And I start moving out of the room.
Alright, well, there we go. We're back on track.
Yeah, let's get
Good job, me. Let's go.
One thing, go
Oh,
wrong.
wait, should we get these two out? No, wait. Is any of this any interesting literature?
We'll come back later.
You can make a perception check, or investigation check actually, will be.
Ooh, 18!
You do notice an fairly old book, probably a replica of the original text, called The Rite of Transition.
You're standing staring at the book. I'll take it. Mine.
I put it in my pants. No, I don't. I put it in my bag.
Well, they would put. Yeah, okay, in fact. Well,
That's what I heard.
Okay, I put it in my peanut.
And that's one of the other ones.
yes.
Yeah. Going.
Wait, are there any other interesting books?
Not true. Again, you can see there are various places where like books are missing. Probably those worth anything.
Actually, I do have one question.
Yeah.
One of the, some of there were parts from other warforged, right?
Yeah.
Any of them resemble?
Make an investigation roll.
I will make an investigation roll. That would be 16. Nope.
You dig for quite a bit, and it takes a long time moving through every body piece. Like, well, he is a size 12, I guess, and
Everyone's yelling.
and you finally find like the lower half of a leg,
Infant gone mad.
of the right leg,
And your character
from the knee and down.
That makes no sense.
I'm moving it along. So, how close are you to completing it?
And there's a head, and there's a leg, and an arm at this point.
So it started up from that scene from the Star Wars film, like the wiki guy carrying around the robot guy.
Yeah, basically.
It's just two robot guys. I don't know why I didn't just say Chewbacca and C-3PO. I also think it's Empire?
Yeah,
Someone help me, right? It is. Boy, Nerd Squad!
Well, you make your way, and it takes a bit longer because Qrit'Rath is not on a horse, so Sweeper is not on a horse, so what? Yeah, I'm just shortening it.
Sadly, I no longer have my broom.
That's Pyro.
I'll change it to Radical Pyro.
Radical Pyro. Well, but
He's a radical.
the sunset turns to actually night when you reach the foot of the mountains.
I'll be surprised by this.
Yeah. You are not.
The night is at
I don't know quite the fantasy conventions we're working within, so like, because it's just never mentioned this before. So I'm like, is this new? No.
And he points, shows you, leads you to a direction where you see a large obelisk standing in front of what appears to be like a cave-in. And the obelisk is clearly old, and there's written text inscribed and carved into its surfaces, and you can see various cracks have formed around the foundation of the obelisk itself.
Which language?
And it appears to be Draconic.
That's bad.
Can you actually read them?
Yeah.
Yep. Espen looks up and it's like, too bad I don't have a counter skill.
What?
Whether or not you can read them.
Yeah, I mean, one thing is to read it, and another thing is to understand it.
Is he standing looking at it?
Yeah.
I immediately go up and read everything to him.
Dang. Oh.
Fluent in Draconic.
Well, make an Arcana roll.
Noob.
Wrong dice.
Wrong. 20, friend. That's interesting.
2. Yeah, 9.
9. You can't quite understand the spell itself. You can see it's clearly a very, very powerful spell that has been used, and it seems to have affected the whole area. You also can see it has become inert, probably due to the cracks that has formed into the obelisk itself. And you can try to, let's say, roll a persuasion check to see if you can try to describe the details of the spell to some of the other spellcasters in order for them to try to see if they can.
I can't tell you spellcasters to repair the thing.
18.
Okay, he while not understanding the spell, he's able to just translate it for you, allowing you to make an arcana roll if you want to.
Sure, I have that.
That is shit, that is 18.
Nice work.
Can I make an arcana roll?
Yeah, you have an arcana skill. Yeah.
16. I do not have the arcana skill. 19.
19.
Oh, right.
What did you have?
10.
10, okay. You with a 16, you can tell that this is clearly belonging to the school of illusion. You with a 19, pretty sure that this illusion was sort of a mirage image that created this, like, that you wouldn't able to see the obelisk itself, nor could you see actually the cave in the mountain, giving this appearance that like this was one clean surface, clearly hiding the entrance.
It was meant to be a clear surface.
Oh. How big is this obelisk? That doesn't mean anything. How big is
about
2% of the stats happening?
No, not at all. It's about 4 times as broad as me and about 3 times as high.
Right, so it's a pretty big construction. Okay.
Yeah.
And how big is the cave then?
Fairly big. It could easily fit what you really. Again, probably fit a dragon, like Qrit'Rath.
How convenient.
Okay.
Did you say that actually?
Yeah, sure.
You know what? It really is.
I don't know what I said.
Great, thanks. Anyway. Alright, so this seems like an awful lot of work to hide a cave in. Right?
Yeah.
Like you can see a cave in and think, well, just a cave.
Or maybe it wasn't a cave in. And then the spell starts working when the cave in.
Why would that happen? It seems to be the obelisk that's the magic thing.
Yeah.
What if someone made the cave in to secure something within the cave?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe we should investigate inside.
Shut up, isn't it?
And you look, and you just see Dabri slowly looks down.
Oh no! Dabri? How they all look like?
Hespen, I think we should. I think that's very important.
Can we clear the cave?
Sorry, again, I said cave in. I mean cave entrance. Wrong notes. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think we should go in there.
Sorry, that's on me.
I wanted to rescind all my previous.
Can we? Can we? I support. I suggest we support the cave entrance before entering.
But can you just hold it up while we're in there?
We'll give it some more support. You got it, and then we walk in.
Okay.
As always, the intro and outro music were by David Szesztay, whereas the other pieces were by Kevin MacLeod. Links can be found in the description below. Be sure to like and subscribe to our channel, and we will see you next time in Doraken.